Hey everyone, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a great day today. I'm gonna go over some things I learned from going from corporate to entrepreneur, strategies and plans that really helped me focus on where I was at in my business and where I needed to go. My name's Eric Kim. I've been grinding away at my corporate job for many years, climbing the corporate ladder, making money for my companies. 3 hours a day in traffic, endless meetings, traveling to Asia once a month to visit engineers and factories. All this was keeping me away from my two young children and my wife, when all I wanted was to spend more time with them, enjoy more vacations, spend time on my hobbies. I was sick of it all, so I searched. I found some incredible people and communities and plugged myself right in. I started to see options to live a better life. Welcome to my story. So today I'm going to go over what's called a cash flow quadrant. I first saw this when I read Robert Kiyosaki's book. He's an author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it really opened my eyes to just see where I'm at in my business and where I needed to be at. And it just kind of paved the way and allowed me to plot, what are the next steps I needed to take to get my business from A to B. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple quadrant. E stands for employee, S stands for self-employed, B stands for business owner or big business, and I stands for investor, okay? On the left side, he labeled it as active. You're actively working for money. So employees and self-employed people, they trade their hours for dollars, right? And they actively work for money. If you're not working, you cannot get paid, especially for employees, right? If you're sick, you don't get paid. You might have some PTO and some time off, but at the end of the day, you have to be at work. Self-employees, they're a little bit better. You get some time to take some time off, but when you come back to work, you still have to be there to make the money. Okay? People share some core values, and those core values are they love stability, they love benefits, and they love consistent salary. You're always gonna end up with a paycheck at the end of the month, and it's very comfortable, it's very stable, and that's their core values, right? Like Robert said, his poor dad was more like the left quadrant, and his rich dad was more like the right quadrant. His poor dad was always saving and working hard and saving up for retirement, 401k. You guys know the deal, right? And that really hit me hard because when I graduated college, I wanted to be a dentist. Some of my classmates that were ahead of me a couple of years, they told me about insurance on your hand. And I was like, why do you need insurance on your hand? That's kind of strange. They said, think about it, Eric. If we're out of business as a dentist, we work with our hands every day, then we're out of the job. We can't get any income. So they would insure their hands for a lot of money just in case something happens, right? What my friend told me, that really woke me up. And it got me thinking, okay, so if I'm sick, how am I going to provide for my family, right? So I quickly just realized that, okay, this is the plan. I needed to get from here to here, an investor, as quick as possible, right? It kind of scared me. I don't know about you guys, but it scared me. Now, those are the core values of employee and self-employed. Now, the core values of business and investors are they want to leverage their time. They want to have teams or people work for them or the money work for them, right? So he labels them as passive, where this is active. You're working for money. These people are having money or people work for them. And that's where I wanted to be. After hearing that story, I wanted to be here. And the quickest way to get there was actually just knowing this quadrant exists. When I was an employee, I had no idea that this existed, right? I was an employee and I thought, okay, I graduated college. This is the only thing I can do. All my friends are doing it. They're going to Amazon, they're going to Facebook, they're working at all these incredible companies. And that's where I wanted to be. I was shooting for working at Google or Amazon, right? That's the people I hung around with, and that influenced me. But there are other things that you can do in business where you don't have to be an employee. And I didn't even know that. So that was like, for me, the most profound moment was just knowing that this exists, okay? In a very simple quadrant. And Robert really showed me that that there's more out there than just being an employee, okay? So if you're an employee, what do? You hang around with employees, right? Your friends are employees, your colleagues, everyone around you is an employee. right? It's like when you buy a new car, let's say you buy a BMW, a silver BMW, and then once you buy it, then you find out, you see them on the street everywhere, right? You're like, oh, there's so many silver BMWs. It's the same thing. If you're an employee, there's a lot of employees around you, right? Because you are an employee. You know that area, you know that space. I didn't know any business owners unless they're a CEO that I met through my corporate job. And I definitely didn't know any investors, right? Whether it's stock or property investing, I didn't know any of these guys. So the moral of the story is, you have to hang around with people who you want to be like. You have to hang around with people who you want to be like. Okay? If you want to be an employee, you have to hang around with employees and learn from them. If you want to be an investor, you have to hang around with investors and learn from them. And what that does is, people who are successful in that quadrant, they know the shortcuts, right? They know exactly what you do and what you don't do to get you to that success level. They help you avoid pitfalls, and they give you a shortcut how to get there faster. So that's what really what I learned from this quadrant is, it mapped out like where I'm at and where I need to be, and also who I need to be around. So I was an employee. Okay, I started off with being an employee, and then I wanted to get to a self-employed or a business owner, right? And how did I do that? I actually went out there and I learned a high income skill, right, that the market needed. So what that did was, it gave me a closing job, right? And I get to spend time at home working. But I eventually found out doing that, I was more busier than working in corporate, okay? My calendar was so full. I had like six calls a day. I was pretty much tied to the phone to help clients. It was a great job, if you can call it a job. But it was, I didn't have lunch breaks. I pretty much had phone calls every hour on the hour. And it was really busy work, and I didn't have any time. So, I found out that being here, being stuck in this area, it just, you don't have time, right? And I realized that although it's great working at home, I'm still trading my hours for dollars, right? So I'm still working for money. So working for money, right? And I realized that I need to quickly get out of this. This is not good. I'm spending way too much time. Although I do treasure the high income skill I learned, and that helped me to propel me to this stage. And also what this did was, I hung around with a lot of like-minded people who want that entrepreneurial, that dream, right? So I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of different options what I can do, and which I would never have even been exposed to if I was an employee. So this was really huge. Just being here, learning a high income skill, that opened the doors to what more can I do with my skill, right? And with that skill, with that sales and marketing closing skill, what I did was I quickly found a route to go straight to being a business owner, right? And it wasn't that hard. It only took 2 months. So here, it probably took like 5 months total development time of having a high income skill. But then I quickly jumped up to being a business owner, right? And what Robert says in his a lot of his books is, the quickest way to be a business owner, or to have a big business and have teams working for you and have money and leveraging your time, is a direct selling company. Okay? Now these companies, they have a product for you. All you have to do is sell the product, and they fulfill everything. So that was the quickest way to become a business owner for me. So I started doing direct selling with my closing ability, right? I would qualify people who want to be on my team. And what that did was, it really gave me some time back. So I got some time. Now I'm time positive, okay? Now I'm leveraging teams. I'm teaching them how to recruit like I did, right? Using sales funnel, using LinkedIn lead generation, and I'm leveraging my time. So I'm putting a lot of time in the beginning, but then I'm pretty much living off residual after that. So that's a great way, the quickest way to do it, as Robert says, but it's not for everyone, right? There's a lot of stigma behind MLMs and direct selling, but you choose your weapon. That's the weapon I chose, and it's the quickest way. It took me 2 months to do that. leveraging digital software like ClickFunnels and LinkedIn platforms and social media. So that was the quickest way for me, and I gained time, right? Now I had my team working for me. So I was pretty much living off residual, okay? All the hard work I did, now I'm living off residual. Now, what does that give me? So now I have time and now I have residual, right? So now it opens up some freedom for me to look at other things, right? Look at the next step, which is being an investor, right? So this is going on for me concurrently. I'm both a business owner and I'm currently investing in a business right now. But this is really where I saw a big aha moment for me, is just being an employee, seeing that, this is where I'm at. Now I need to get here, right? And it really mapped out for me how to get there the quickest ways. What I want you guys to take away from this is hang around with people who you want to be. If you want to be a business owner, hang around with business owners. If you want to be an investor, hang around with investors. And what that does is it gives you access to people who are successful, that already have done it, that already have achieved that success, and it gives you a shortcut and a boost to get you there, right? You don't have to go through the pitfalls and the failures that they went through. And that's how you leverage mentors and people who can teach you how to get there quicker. So that's one thing. And also, you hang around with people who you are most familiar with, right? And if you get stuck in that area and you're not growing, then this quadrant is not going to work for you, okay? And another thing that I learned using this quadrant is, leveraging my time. Like, leveraging time is the most important thing to allow me to explore other ideas and other ways to make money. And what Robert said is less than 5% of the world is an investor, right? And all the wealth is here. Wealth is all right here, okay? And I want it to be that 5%. I want it to be there. I want it to get there quick as possible. And I believe this quadrant really helped me map out the strategy, how to do that. So in the next video, I'll get into a little bit of the investing part and the business owner part. But today I just wanted to show you guys how the left quadrant is an active quadrant and the right quadrant is a passive quadrant. And you really need to leverage the people around you, and you have to first change your mindset, be around those people, let them mold you and let them help you to get there faster. And after that, just leverage your time. Leverage the time that you have. We only have 8 hours or 9 hours of working time in the day. So you have to leverage that time and look at opportunities that can get you to your goals faster. So that's the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or if any other ways to do it, let me know. I would love to hear your ideas. I'm not saying this is the only way and this is the right way, but this is the route I took. And the total time from employee to business owner took about 7-8 months, factoring out the learning process. So that was a huge thing for me, guys. I did this within a year, and this isn't the only way, but it worked for me. So let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys for being here, listening to me, and just joining me on my journey. Thanks, guys.